Hopefully this broadcast is going. We should be live on Instagram and we should be live on Facebook as well, and probably live on YouTube. And so I'm pretty excited. Hopefully all the tech is working. There's a little bit of setup that's going on here at the minute, and I'm assuming that it's getting to you. So wherever you're checking in from, just let me know. Maybe just send me a quick message, type me a chat, and let me know that you can hear me, that you can see me, and where you're checking in from. Today in Project 21, what I'm just going to unpack is a little bit around what metabolic health is, what we're looking for in particular, and then just share a short conversation that I had with somebody this morning that I found really insightful. So Project 21, just a bit of backstory, is it's my personal health journey through 2021, and I'm looking at it as a 365-step journey that's going to take this whole year. It's my personal journey. As I've said, it's content that I have taught a lot in my years in practice. It's also a lot of things that I've done in the past, but what I'm doing at the moment is pulling all of those things together in a year-long journey for my own personal health. I'm 45 now, and so I'm looking at saying, well, I want to be healthy. I want to be at my best. Could I be better though? And I'm looking at saying, well, where do I want to be in 5 years or even 10 years when I'm 55? How do I want to be going then? How do I want to be going indeed when I'm 65 or even 75? And whilst those numbers seem a long, long way away, we know that what we do now is going to set us up for the future. Truth be known, and the fact that I've taught this for a lot of years, I probably could have been doing more and making more changes in my life and my health over the years. And if I had have implemented what I'm doing in 2021, 10 or 15 years ago, I'd probably be in a much healthier position than I am now. Don't get me wrong, I think I'm doing okay, but I also know that I could do better. And so I've set myself a challenge and I've called it Project 21. It's my journey in metabolic health. And I'm inviting you to join me. Come along for the ride if you'd like to. If you'd like to tune in with some of the latest research and some of the latest ideas around getting healthy, then check in. If you just want to check in and encourage me on my journey, I'd love that too. Maybe you can glean something. Maybe you can even apply something for yourself. And if you start to do that and you enter a conversation around those things, and get some of the results you're looking for, then I'm really, really excited. So that's what Project 21 is. It's a journey in metabolic health. It's not a journey in weight loss. Truth be known, I do carry a few extra kilos, and I'll probably lose a few kilos through this year. But my wife, who's doing some of the similar strategies that I'll be using, she's fairly lean. Some of you know her well. She's fairly lean. She may even put on a few kilos here. And so can you see, it's not a weight loss journey. It's not a diet based, let's do all of these things just to shed kilos. It really is about getting healthier. And it is, as I mentioned, I mentioned a second ago, it is 365 steps. It's about building habits, and it's about repeating those habits day after day. Because as we repeat habits day after day, as we do step by step by step by step, what we start to get to is the outcomes that we want. You know as well as I do, there's no quick fix. There's no magic bullet that's just going to turn everything around. But understanding what the habits are that you can change and put into practice, why to change those things and how to stay focused on changing those things is no doubt going to get you to where you want to get to. It looks like we're still streaming, so I'm hoping that that's what we're doing. Metabolic health. There's really a few key outcomes. I'm going to call it 5 key outcomes that I'm wanting to see through Project 21. And these are the sorts of things that we can see as we improve metabolic health. And I'm going to unpack on future videos more about what metabolic health is. There's a lot of good research and a lot of good information out there. And I want to try and package it in a way that you can consume it, and certainly in ways that have been helpful to me. But if I was to talk about 5 key things that I want to see as outcomes by doing great habits every single day throughout 2021 and beyond, they are improved sleep, they are improved energy, it's less stress, or at least dealing with stress better, it's improved hormone levels and endocrinology and getting into what's going on in my body chemistry wise, and it's better balanced weight. Okay, for me, as I said, that's probably dropping a few kilos. For Leanne, my wife, it may be putting on a few kilos, and for you, depending on whether you're carrying a little bit too much or not enough, if you get your metabolic health right and you do continual habits, then you'll move to a healthier weight. January is all about getting the right mindset. You will see in a previous Facebook Live I've done and posts that you can see up on Instagram already, a little wheel that I've drawn with six segments. Don't get stuck saying that wrong. 6 segments. The first, they're month by month. January, February through to June, and then from July through to December, we'll repeat those 6. January is mindset month. And so it's all about getting the right mindset. It's all about knowing why. What's the point of doing Project 21? It's going to be costly in terms of time and energy and focus. There'll be financial costs involved for me doing this. And so if I don't know why I'm doing it, if I'm not compelled by why, then I'll drop the ball. You know that. You've done that. I've done that before. People everywhere drop the ball on what they want to do. And I think it's because we don't establish the right mindset. So whilst I've already started to employ some of the habits that are going to take me through this year, I'm not running headlong into them. I am doing little things, but mostly this month I'm asking why. I'm dealing with what goes on in me when I choose these things and getting my mindset right. Because if I don't have that in place, if I'm thinking wrong about this whole journey, like I mentioned a moment ago, I'll probably drop the ball. So mindset month, understanding why. Why am I doing this? Why does it matter that I do all of this effort? And part of it for me, I mentioned earlier on in this broadcast, and it's not just saying what's my health going to be in 2021, but it's about saying where do I want to be in 5, 10, 20, 30 years down the track? And am I setting up myself now to be able to move into those years of life, still 30, 40 years away, but to move into those years the best that I can be? It matters to me. It matters to my family. It matters to my friends that I'm healthy. Some of you engage in me on a professional level. And if I'm not at my best, that's probably going to come through with me being tired or disconnected or not present because of my own challenges. And part of my commitment is to be completely present and completely focused and full of energy when I'm working with people. So I've got to be at my best. I had a conversation this morning with someone who may have joined in. I'm not sure if you're live online, but maybe you are, where we talked about the whole idea is so often we want people to do something. We've come across something brilliant and we just want to tell them all about it. We want to tell them how good it is and that they should participate as well. And so we sort of pull people along. We say, come on, come on, come on. I want to show you. You need to do this. You need to do that. And usually that doesn't work. Most of the time it doesn't work. It's rare that it does. And so we had the idea that you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. I know you've heard that saying before. And I added an extra little bit to that. And I think it opened up a whole lot of thinking in this conversation. And that was, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. But you can give it a salt lick, give it a handful of salt. Now the horse is thirsty. What's the horse going to do? It's going to drink. It's going to seek out the water itself to be able to drink, to satiate itself. And so you can't make a horse drink. You can't make your friends or family do the things you would want, but you can give them a salt lick. What on earth are we talking about? A salt lick, I feel, is living a compelling life. It's saying others see you, others see the changes in you, others see the results, they see the life and they say, that's what I want. They get thirsty and hungry and now they look to seek it out for themselves. Part of my journey here is that as I'm doing this, whilst it's for me, I could say selfishly, really the outcomes are mine. If people participate, fantastic. I'm so excited by that. If nobody tunes in and nobody participates, well, by the end of the year, I'm going to be a whole lot healthier and there may be a whole lot of benefit that's just passed on by, and I won't lose any sleep over that. But what I do hope is that this journey that I'm on compels you and compels those around you to say, maybe you can start to think about that. Maybe you could implement something. Maybe even at least have a discussion about what's possible and start to consider it. Start to ask yourself, why would it matter to you? What would be your mindset if you stepped into these things? And so, yes, you can lead a horse to water. No, you can't make it drink, but you can give it a salt lick. You can be compelling. And I hope that this journey, as you watch the results and the benefits for me, as we have these discussions, and by the way, I love the interaction. I know there's only a few of you around at the moment, but the more interaction, the better questions. I hope that this journey is a compelling journey, is one that actually helps you to shift and not just pursue after 100 different things that hopefully they work, but start to establish a foundation upon which you can stand to build a healthier journey going forwards. And as I do this journey, I'm here to help you just by sharing information, by sharing my stories. I'll be vulnerable and I'll be authentic. Those of you who know me well know that that's part of the package that comes as me. You'll hear the inside stories, you'll hear all of those things. I don't put on a performance, there's no show and there's nothing to be gained by doing that. You'll get the authentic, real me. You'll get my struggles, you'll get the challenges that I'm facing, and you'll get my wins as well. And I would love your encouragement, and I would love you to pick me up when I'm struggling, but I would also love you to celebrate with me when I'm winning. I think that's all I want to talk about for today. Project 21, this is today's live. Going forwards, we're going to be looking at doing Wednesdays at 1. That's kind of what I'm playing with, as we'll be doing a Facebook Live every Wednesday at 1. Not for the next 2 weeks. Next week I'm at a wedding. The week after I'm on holidays, but that'll pick up. But there will be these dripped and dropped right throughout. If you've got any questions, feel free to post them on Instagram, on Facebook. That's the best way to connect with me. You can look it up. They're all the Project 21 Journey. That's how you find them. Instagram / the Project 21 Journey, Facebook / the Project 21 Journey, or just click the links, forward the links to your friend, and you'll be able to go from there. I hope this has been helpful. I hope this has started to stimulate some thoughts and maybe help compel you a little bit to look at your own journey. January is Mindset Month, and so if you do want to join me and you do want to start turning the wheels on your own thing, start to ask, why would you bother? Why does it matter? And who are you doing it for? Doing it for yourself first and foremost. If you're trying to do it for somebody else, then your results will only be as good as their feedback to you. Feedback's good, friends are good, but doing it for yourself, although it sounds selfish, doing it for yourself means that you're actually internally driven. We call it an internal locus of control, which I won't go into, but essentially it's saying, you know what, the outcomes for this are within me, and what everybody else thinks, whether you all engage brilliantly or terribly or not at all, or there's thousands of people watching this by the end, that should not change the outcomes for me, because I'm on this path driven by an internal motivation, not an external motivation. There's a little bit to think about. This is Jonathan from Project 21. Hopefully this has been beneficial for you. As I said, drop me a comment, let me know. And in this year, we're looking at a journey in metabolic health. Have a great day. Bye.